So we were looking at where we are now. So obviously previously there wasn't a training plan in place, but we've now got a plan in place for 2015-2016, and the budget has been increased again in 2016-2017. So this training strategy, the vision is about making sure staff have got the right training support to deliver the strategy, and individual training profiles, which is held centrally through a training matrix. The training is responsive to need, so basically the programme is being delivered on what's getting fed back and what people want for training. Without feedback, nobody will train. Healthy training budget, which supports professional and vocational training through vocational training and professional. So it's also looking at review job profiles with the new policies and procedures and that are coming into place. Delayed office openings are a strength because we've got that time available to do the training. Teamwork to resolve issues, so i.e. think yes and what we can do. Empowering staff, providing them with the right information and signposting to correct services. Obviously you've got the LAMP course, the leadership and management programme, and staff commitment. That was all the strengths that we were looking at regarding learning and development. So in relation to weaknesses, ERDs not necessarily been delivered throughout all teams. We aren't speaking for all area offices, we were just talking as a group. So there was a lack of ERDs and personal development plans due to time. The training matrix in place at the minute isn't comprehensive, it's not covering small courses that staff are going on, so that information's not being collected. Training is more reactive and not proactive regarding upcoming needs, thinking ahead and outside the box. Training needs to be anticipated. So staff are not always aware of training opportunity. Information isn't necessarily getting down the train through emails, things like that. Information not being passed on. Also due to work pressure, timings not able to readjust, and staff not able to juggle things around to attend training courses. IT capability, each person's needs, abilities. What we're saying there is that everybody's not at the same level IT-wise, and that there is gaps there in the market with staff. And that there's a poor induction programme for new staff. Staff are expected to hit the ground running and not necessarily having a background in housing but moving into housing roles. And it could be a better use of delayed office opening for learning and development, and look at how we can deliver a more efficient training programme for new staff. So we need to address issues with vulnerable adults. Was one of the issues that was raised. That was in relation to the situation we had at Creep. Tenant had arrived at the office, we had methadone withdrawn, and he was rattling, as the only term I can use, and staff didn't really know how to deal with it or what to do because he was extremely vulnerable, and we didn't know where to go with that. So we were looking at how to deal with current tenants that we have in this day and age. Tenants we have today are a lot different than we had 40 years ago. Tenants do have more complex issues, there's a lot more mental health, drug and alcohol issues, and it's about how we deal with them and how we signpost, or staff are trained to signpost correctly. One of the suggestions was a locality directory in each area office for your local support, for the mental health team, for drug and alcohol support workers, anybody that's working in your area, from criminal justice to safe communities. And it's just something that anybody that's either covering reception duties or is new to the team can pick up and knows where to signpost for customers to get this help and support. This was also an idea. The idea behind this directory was also to improve staff confidence, because what was coming through was that the newer staff were saying that they didn't have the confidence to pass this information on because they didn't know what they were saying was actually correct and if they were signposting correctly. So it was about making staff more aware and passing on the correct information. LIGO, Learn, Innovate, Grow Opportunities and Learning Development. Staff do not make time for themselves due to commitment to workplace, customers, staff willingness to train effectiveness. What's happening is not all staff are wanting training. There seems to be no acknowledgement for staff who are training. It seems to be the same staff always on training. Those who are not going on the training seem to be slipping under the radar, and there was a feel it should be a basic compulsory level of housing training that all staff must go on. That way everybody is at the same level. Staff willingness, sorry, I've done that one. Look at other parts of service to increase academic knowledge. Now that was all to do with shadowing. The fact that the shadowing had really just trailed off and there was no opportunity to go into other roles and learn from other staff as well and see where they're coming from with their job opportunities, and to look around moving within the service. There was no opportunities available now. And again, the weakness was the analysis of staff educational attainment. Regarding threats, the budget may not meet the need. The need to ensure training is actively undertaken and prioritised. What we meant in that is that previously there was no training budget. There's been new senior management over the last few years, it's been raised, it's been now dealing with it as a priority, and there's a budget there. The concern is if there's another change in management, will the training slip away, will the budget slip away? Delayed office opening being used to catch up with work instead of an opportunity to learn and grow. I think everybody's using it to take 2 hours to catch up, but there's no training provided, and if training is being provided, is irrelevant. There's a lack of training which is leading to de-skilling of some staff and reduced team effectiveness, which is where I go back to, we were looking at some staff not attending any training because they don't work on that day, or they're just not willing to come forward. We're missing out on good practice, working relationships and learning from each other, a lack of recognition of learning and development at team meetings. Training records may not meet expectations of the Scottish Housing Regulator and the Care Inspectorate at this current stage, just because everything's not being captured. Opportunities. So there's a whole range of training courses that you have to attend, linked to a job profile, so like the housing assistants, the housing officers, the area coordinators. So there is a basic core qualification at each stage. I know we've looked at the profiles of everybody coming in now, and it does state there, but at this present stage there is not a core level that a lot of people in role and in jobs actually have. So it was to look at training courses that match your job profile through one-to-ones and to review PDPs. That will also allow for weaknesses within the teams to be exposed. So i.e. staff are not attending training and not willing to develop and possibly de-skilling themselves, and to look at staff training records. We were also looking at the reward scheme, weren't we? So that was the opportunity there. What the suggestion was made was acknowledgement of training personal achievement through a bronze, silver and gold with a personal development plan. So it's more like a recognition of you have done this, you have achieved this, rather than at the minute, as I said, all training seems to be thrown in, there's no compulsory, there's no mandatory courses, so you don't know what's needed and what is aspirational training on top of that as well. One of the suggestions for an opportunity was an e-learning hub for housing, and another one was a live chat room. The idea being, what we're suggesting with the live chat room is that you can go on the phone to IT, you can pick up the phone and you can be on the phone for 20 minutes, where realistically you don't need to be on the phone, coming in the back of your phone and all the rest of it. You have a directory there for an address book. There is no reason why you couldn't link in this day and age through a live chat room to IT or whatever and say what the problem is. You can do it with your gas, you can do it with your electric. So a live chat room was also a suggestion as well.
So that's procedures as well, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was procedures.
It starts off from the housing perspective and grew on to the
Yeah, yeah. So
we thought that along with e-learning hubs that we could actually translate some of our procedural training through an online learning facility. Because if staff have got a problem in the office, let's take it to them. But that would have to be monitored and analysed and evaluated. So there's an awful lot of potential through e-learning and having a chat room as well for exchanging good practice and problems about procedural issues that are impacting on you then and there. and getting a quick response and for exchanging good practice.
It was all about exchanging information to help everybody on. Was the idea behind the e-learning hub as well, because some of the newer staff are saying that they kind of hit the ground running and there's been no training as such on set policies and procedures and tenancy management. They've had training on relevant things moving forward, but not on the actual basics. So it was about exchanging good practice and information.